can wear the uniform of a foreign military?
I mean, I guess the answer is yes. Look, these mercenaries are not good people. I'm not going to cast, I don't know Matt Van Dyke personally, but I will tell you that the majority of the Americans that go over and fight, the majority of anybody goes over, right, are people who cannot integrate effectively in their own society. They're looking for adventure. Many of them don't have combat backgrounds, and they're lawless individuals. And when they get out there, they commit rape, they commit murder, they commit atrocities. I would like to see our government hold these people accountable for what they do, because even though they're not there officially, when you have that American accent, when you wear that American flag on your shoulder, the world sees you as an American, even if the American government didn't give the stamp of approval. So,
ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because what we're about to reveal will leave you speechless. Even Inspector Scott Ritter, former United Nations weapons inspector, has acknowledged that Ukraine's military situation has become untenable. And this past week's losses are a perfect example of that. The numbers we've seen are nothing short of catastrophic. Yesterday alone, the Ukrainian forces lost a staggering 2,580 soldiers. To put that into perspective, just last week they set a new record with 2,640 losses in a single day. And now, they're approaching those record-breaking numbers yet again. That's over 5,200 soldiers in just 2 weeks. Think about that, 5,200 troops lost in just 14 days. This is no longer a war of attrition, it's becoming a war of annihilation for Ukraine. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent the crumbling of Ukraine's military capability. Let's take Kursk as an example, minus 370 Ukrainian soldiers lost in this region alone. And it wasn't just manpower that took a hit. The Ukrainian military lost 16 heavy armored vehicles, 2 tanks, and 6 artillery systems all wiped out. But that's not all. Another 7 vehicles were completely destroyed, leaving behind nothing but burning wreckage. Kursk is quickly turning into a graveyard for Ukrainian equipment and men alike. Kursk is just the tip of the iceberg. The situation in Kharkiv is just as grim. Just yesterday, 310 soldiers were lost. Now, this may seem like a shocking number on its own, but just a few weeks ago, Kharkiv was seeing losses of only 100 to 150 soldiers per day. The fact that these numbers have tripled in such a short amount of time shows how badly Ukraine is faltering. And it's not just Kharkiv. Over in Kupiansk, another 425 soldiers were wiped out. This region, which was once key to Ukraine's strategy, is now bleeding their forces dry. Let's not forget about Bakhmut, the region that has become a symbol of defeat for Ukraine. Just yesterday, 810 soldiers were killed in this one area. That's right, minus 810. To give you some perspective, this is more than the entire frontline losses Ukraine was suffering in the summer at the same time last year. Now, that level of destruction is happening in just one region. How long can Ukraine continue to pour men and resources into this battlefield? And then there's Pokrovsk, another 490 soldiers gone. These aren't just numbers, they're entire battalions being wiped out. When you add up all these numbers, you start to see the bigger picture. Between Bakhmut and Pokrovsk, Ukraine lost 1,300 soldiers in a single day. That's not just a military setback, it's a total collapse of their defenses in these regions. And that brings us to the total number of losses for the day, 2,580 Ukrainian soldiers gone. And if that weren't bad enough, they lost 29 armored vehicles, 5 tanks, 24 artillery systems, 40 various vehicles, 40 wearing 1 UAVs, 2 electronic warfare systems, and 1 mine-clearing vehicle. To top it all off, 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. These losses are devastating not only to Ukraine's front lines, but also to their ability to resupply and reinforce their positions. Every day, Ukraine is being bled dry, and it's becoming clear that they cannot sustain this level of destruction for much longer. Now, ask yourself, how long can Kiev keep pretending that they're holding strong? With these kinds of losses, it's only a matter of time before the entire facade crumbles. But the battlefield isn't the only place where Ukraine is losing ground. Their infrastructure, the very backbone that keeps their military running, is being systematically dismantled by Russia's precision strike.